Welcome to today's presentation. Today, I want to give you a quick overview of what we'll be covering in this course. Think of this as a small, savvy snapshot, an overview that will help you understand the key areas we'll explore together. We'll look at the main topics and concepts that are essential for mastering this subject. By understanding this small but important savvy, you'll see how each part connects to the bigger picture of the overall theme. This sets the stage for a more engaging and cohesive learning experience as we move forward. So, let's dive into this small but powerful overview to get us all on the same page. When we look at this slide, the key point is that all students are involved with both examiners and faculty. This highlights the importance of a collaborative and transparent process in education. It's not just about taking exams in isolation. It's about engaging with experienced faculty members and examiners who can provide valuable feedback and guidance. This interaction ensures that students understand their progress and areas for improvement. By emphasizing the role of both examiners and faculty, we're reinforcing the idea that assessment is a shared responsibility. It's a dynamic process where students, faculty, and examiners work together to uphold standards and support learning. And in the context of our overall theme, this slide reminds us that effective education isn't a one-way street. It's a continuous dialogue between students and educators that fosters growth, accountability, and excellence. Familiarization of service equipment is a crucial step in ensuring safety and efficiency in our operations. When we talk about this, we're emphasizing the importance of understanding how each piece of equipment works before we actually use it. This helps us prevent accidents and reduces the chances of equipment failure during critical moments. Knowing the equipment thoroughly means being aware of its functions, controls, and safety features. It also involves recognizing common issues and knowing how to troubleshoot them. The more familiar we are, the more confident we become in handling the equipment properly. This concept ties directly into our overall theme of safety and operational excellence. By taking the time to familiarize ourselves with the tools and devices, we're investing in a safer workplace for everyone. It's about building competence and confidence so that we can perform our tasks smoothly and safely. Remember, familiarity isn't just about knowing the equipment exists. It's about understanding how to operate it correctly and safely at all times. When it comes to grooming, it's more than just looking good. It's about enhancing the overall personality of an employee, shaping the character of the organization, and reinforcing the company's values. A neat and clean hairstyle is essential because it immediately presents a polished image. Your uniform should always be spotless and well-ironed, as this shows attention to detail and professionalism. Well-manicured nails and completely clean hands are equally important because they reflect hygiene and personal discipline. Using a light touch of makeup can help project a professional working image without appearing overdone. It's about subtlety and appropriateness for the work environment. Also, it's best to avoid excessive jewelry and ornaments, as they can be distracting or seem unprofessional. Remember, first impressions are formed within the first 5 minutes of meeting someone, so your grooming plays a crucial role in creating a positive impact right from the start. Overall, good grooming isn't just about appearance. It's a vital part of representing yourself and the organization effectively. All right, let's talk about the briefing process. At the start of each shift, every department holds a short staff briefing session. Think of this as a quick check-in between staff and management. It's a crucial moment to share important information that affects our daily operations. The main goal here is clear communication. We want to make sure all service associates are on the same page and well-informed. This helps us operate professionally and smoothly throughout the day. During these briefings, we cover a few key points. First, we review the budget, so everyone understands our financial goals and constraints. Next, we update the team on any VIP guests currently in-house, as providing exceptional service for them is a priority. We also discuss guest preferences, especially regarding availability and non-availability, so we can cater to their needs effectively. It's important everyone is aware of any specific preferences or restrictions. Additionally, we go over food and beverage menus, making sure the staff knows the details. This helps us deliver accurate recommendations and excellent service. Overall, these briefings are essential for ensuring that our operation runs smoothly, professionally, and with a focus on guest satisfaction. They set the tone for a successful shift, aligning the team and management on key information. Now, let's talk about debriefing. This is a small meeting that we conduct at the end of each work shift. Its main goal is to review what happened during the shift and identify areas for improvement. During a debriefing, we focus on several key points. First, safe, open communication is essential, as it encourages everyone to share their thoughts honestly and without fear. Feedback is also crucial, both giving and receiving, to ensure continuous improvement. We also look at action points and follow-ups, making sure that any issues raised are addressed promptly and effectively. Performance metrics come into play here, helping us measure how well we did and where we can do better. Reflective practice is another important element, taking a moment to think about what went well and what could be improved for future shifts. Finally, we need to remember that operational challenges can arise unexpectedly, and discussing these openly helps us find solutions faster. Overall, debriefing is about learning, improving, and maintaining safety and efficiency in our operations, tying directly into our broader goal of continuous improvement. Let's start by laying down a clean, unwrinkled tablecloth. This creates a polished and inviting look right from the beginning. Next, I make sure to align the tables and chairs properly, so everything looks neat and organized. When arranging the flatware, I follow the sequence of service, placing knives, forks, and spoons where they're logically used. This not only helps with efficiency, but also enhances the guest experience. It's important to maintain even spacing between chairs and covers, ensuring each guest has enough room and the table looks balanced. Similarly, I space the cutlery evenly and consistently, which contributes to a tidy and professional appearance. All items, glasses, and cutlery must be spotless. I check that they're clean, sanitized, and free of any damage like chips or stains. A damaged or dirty piece can detract from the overall presentation and make guests uncomfortable. Finally, I step back and assess the setup. Everything should look presentable and align with the theme or the ambience we aim to create. A well-prepared table not only looks appealing, but also sets the tone for a memorable dining experience. Let's go through the process of making a cover in a restaurant setting. First, you want to start by wiping the table thoroughly with a dry duster and a cleaning agent to ensure it's spotless. Once the surface is clean, lay the molten, or tablecloth, smoothly over the table. Next, place the ashtray, bud vase, and cruet set right in the middle of the table. This helps create a balanced and inviting setup. Moving on, position the cutlery. Put the spoon and knife on the right side of the dinner plate and the forks on the left. Remember, all the cutlery and crockery should be about 2 inches from the edge of the table to maintain proper spacing and elegance. For the butter knife, it should go on the side plate on the left side of the setting, with the cutting edge facing towards the plate. This is a standard and practical placement. Then, fold the napkin neatly and place it either on the plate or beside it, depending on the style you're following. Finally, set the water glass or goblet at the tip of the knife, ensuring it's positioned neatly. These small details, proper placement and spacing, are essential to create a professional and welcoming table setting that enhances the overall dining experience. Now let's talk about performing mise en place efficiently. The key is to be prepared in advance for the customer's arrival, so everything is ready and in place. This includes polishing all brass fixtures, sideboards, windows, and door frames as needed, ensuring they look their best. Next, we need to clean and wipe all cutleries thoroughly and place them in their respective slots in the cupboard, making sure they're organized and accessible. It's also important to clean all ashtrays, keep some on the tables for immediate use, and store spares in the cupboards so they're ready when needed. Moving on to crockery, we should collect all crockery from the dishwashing area, count everything carefully, and set aside any broken pieces. It's essential to inform the captain about any breakages so they can handle it properly. After that, wipe down all crockery with a moist cloth to remove any residue. Then give them a final wipe with a dry cloth to make sure they're spotless and presentable. Remember, these steps are all about ensuring a smooth, efficient service and creating a welcoming environment for our guests. Proper mise en place isn't just about cleanliness, it's about readiness and professionalism. Now, let's talk about the key elements of a correctly aligned cover procedure. First, we have spacing, placement, cutlery, and order. These are essential to ensure everything looks neat and professional. Proper spacing and correct placement of utensils not only create a polished appearance, but also make the dining experience smoother for guests. The order in which we set the cutlery matters, usually starting from the outside and working inward, following the sequence of courses. Next, we consider napkin placement and aesthetic appeal. A well-placed napkin should be inviting and complement the overall table setting. It's not just about functionality, but also about creating visual harmony that appeals to the eye. Then, table accompaniments are important. They include salt, pepper, and other condiments. These should be consistently placed so guests can easily find them, maintaining a sense of order and professionalism. Finally, all of these elements come together through the alignment of the cover. A properly aligned cover reflects attention to detail and enhances the overall dining experience. When everything is correctly aligned, spacing, placement, aesthetic elements, and accompaniments, it elevates the presentation and contributes to a memorable occasion. Remember, consistency and precision are key in achieving a flawless table setting. Welcome to slide 12. Remember, first impression is the last impression, so it's crucial to make a positive impact right from the start. As soon as new guests arrive, acknowledge them with a warm smile. This simple gesture helps set a welcoming tone and makes guests feel appreciated. Approach each guest with an appropriate welcome, tailored to the situation. A friendly greeting can go a long way in creating a comfortable environment. When speaking with the guest, ask if they have made any reservations. If they have, politely inquire under which name the reservation was made. This helps us confirm their booking smoothly and efficiently. Next, ask whether they would prefer to have a buffet or order from the à la carte menu. This shows we're attentive to their preferences and ready to accommodate their needs. Throughout this interaction, maintain good eye contact, smile genuinely, keep an upright posture, and have a relaxed facial expression. Use a positive tone of voice to convey warmth and confidence. Remember, a welcoming attitude isn't just about what we say, but how we say it. These key points, smiling, appropriate greetings, confirming reservations, and offering choices, are all essential parts of providing excellent service. They help build a lasting first impression and set the stage for a memorable experience for our guests. When escorting a guest, it's important to present yourself with a genuine smile, as it sets a welcoming tone right from the start. As you walk with the guest, always try to stay on their right side, gently guiding them toward their table. Walk just a short step ahead, maintaining a comfortable distance so they feel attended to but not crowded. Keep a warm smile and make eye contact when you speak. This helps build a connection and makes the guest feel valued. While on the way, take a moment to briefly highlight some of the restaurant's features and menu options. Sharing this information casually can enhance their experience and make them feel more at ease. Remember, the key is to be friendly, attentive, and informative, all while maintaining a professional and engaging demeanor. This approach ties directly into our overall goal of providing exceptional hospitality and ensuring our guests feel genuinely welcomed and cared for. Let's start by seating the ladies first, followed by the others. It's important to do this smoothly and politely. When pulling out the chair, make sure to do it quietly, without any noise that might disturb the guest. Once seated, always ask if they are comfortable, as their comfort is our priority. If there are children present, offer a baby chair and cushions to ensure their comfort as well. This tiny gesture makes a big difference in hospitality. Initially, I recommend seating the guest on the chair according to the standard protocols outlined in the SOP of the hospitality industry. This means positioning the guest properly, making sure they feel at ease and maintaining a high level of professionalism. Remember, the goal is to make every guest feel welcomed and comfortable from the moment they arrive. Following these steps helps us uphold the standards and create a positive, memorable experience. Now let's move on to the next step. From the right-hand side, gently remove the napkin that has been provided as part of the table setting. Carefully unfold it, making sure to handle it smoothly. Then, drape the napkin across the guest's lap, with the pointed side facing away from them. It's important to remember that some guests might prefer to place their own napkin, so always be attentive to their body language. If you notice they are reaching for their own, or seem comfortable doing so, don't insist. A good way to approach this politely is to say, "Excuse me, sir," or a similar courteous phrase, which helps make the guest feel at ease and respected. This step might seem small, but it's all about enhancing the guest's experience with attentiveness and professionalism. Let's talk about the water service, which is a crucial part of providing excellent hospitality. First, always ensure your hands are clean and dry before handling any items. This not only maintains hygiene but also shows professionalism. Next, check that the water bottle is at the right temperature, neither too cold nor too warm, and that it's dry and clean. This small detail makes a big difference in guest comfort. When approaching the guest, always walk with a smile. It's a simple way to create a welcoming atmosphere. Open the water bottle in front of the guest to show transparency and respect. Remember to serve ladies and older gentlemen first, as a sign of courteous service. Be careful to pour the water without the bottle touching the glass. Keep the label facing up and hold the bottle comfortably in your palm. When pouring, use a gentle, clockwise motion around the table to ensure even service. Pour slowly and carefully, avoiding splashes or spills. To finish, give a slight a-quarter twist of the bottle to catch any last drops. This shows attention to detail. After serving, position the bottle on the side table, with the label facing the guests, so it's ready for the next refill. Refilling glasses proactively is key. Don't wait for the guest to ask. Keep an eye on their glasses and top them up when needed. And finally, always leave the table with a genuine smile, leaving a positive impression of attentive and caring service. This approach not only enhances the guest experience, but also ties into the overall theme of impeccable hospitality. Let's start by emphasizing that all menu items should be kept clean and in good condition. Presenting a neat and well-maintained menu creates a positive first impression for our guests. When it comes to the order of presentation, always introduce the beverage menu first. Open with the beverage page to set a relaxed and inviting tone before moving on to the food menu. This approach helps guide the guest through their choices smoothly. It's also important to point out the restaurant's recommendations during the presentation. Highlighting these options assists guests in making informed decisions and shows our expertise and attentiveness. Maintaining eye contact and approaching the guest at appropriate moments is key. This helps build rapport and demonstrates confidence and professionalism. Timing your approach well ensures the guest feels valued and comfortable. Finally, ensure that you and your team have thorough knowledge of both the food and beverage menus. This enables us to answer questions confidently and provide excellent service, which is essential for a memorable dining experience. Let's go through the key points for taking an order effectively. First, it's important to offer menu recommendations based on what the customer prefers. This helps create a personalized experience and shows you're attentive to their needs. Don't forget to highlight any specials, combos, or discounts that might be available. These can really enhance their choice and increase sales. When customers ask about dietary restrictions, allergies, or ingredients, be prepared to provide clear and accurate information. Listening carefully to what they order is crucial, so make sure to pay close attention. Repeat the order back to the customer to confirm all details. This helps prevent mistakes. Using the POS system efficiently is key for recording orders accurately and quickly. If you're handling manual orders, always use the KOT or bot and write clearly to avoid any confusion. Being clear and organized makes the process smoother for everyone. Pay special attention to any special requests or dietary restrictions. If you're unsure about ingredients or modifications, always double-check with the kitchen staff to ensure everything is correct and safe for the customer. Before sending the order to the kitchen, double-check for any errors. Accuracy is essential. When there are modifications, especially related to allergies, note them properly to avoid any issues. Finally, make sure to communicate the expected reaching time for the food and beverages to the table, so the customer knows when to expect their order. Following these guidelines helps ensure a smooth, professional, and memorable dining experience for every guest. Soup is often served first in a meal because it's considered a light, appetizing dish that can stimulate the appetite and prepare the stomach for the main course. When serving soup, it should be placed on the right-hand side of the customer to ensure smooth service. All accompaniments and condiments should be arranged at the beginning so guests can easily add to their soup if they wish. It's important to serve the soup hot and well garnished to enhance the dining experience. When it's time for clearance, remember to do so from the right-hand side, maintaining proper service etiquette. To get comfortable with the process, I recommend practicing clearing soup plates on underliners at home if possible. This helps you get used to the sequence of stacking the soup plates and liners efficiently. In terms of service and clearance, always approach from the right side and handle the plates and utensils carefully to keep everything neat and professional. Consistent practice will make this routine second nature, ensuring a seamless and elegant dining experience for your guests. When holding and serving a meal plate, it's essential to be familiar with what's on the plate and how it should be presented. This means knowing the dish well enough to handle it confidently and present it attractively. Always ensure the plate is clean, well presented, and free of any drips or spills, because the visual appeal really enhances the dining experience. If the plate is hot, don't forget to inform the customer immediately. Safety first. When holding the plate, do so securely, usually by using a folded linen hot pad in the hand you'll use for serving. This helps protect your hand and keeps the plate steady. When placing the plate in front of the customer, position it carefully. Typically, the main element of the dish should be at the 6 o'clock position, that is, closest to the customer. This placement makes it easier for them to appreciate the presentation and access the main part of their meal comfortably. Remember, the goal is to serve with professionalism and care, making sure the presentation is inviting and the customer feels valued. This simple but important process ties into the overall theme of delivering excellent service and creating a memorable dining experience. When it comes to cleaning different equipment, it's really important to use a different cotton dry duster for each type. This helps prevent cross-contamination and keeps everything hygienic. For example, you wouldn't want to use the same duster on cutlery as you do on glassware. Speaking of cutlery, crockery, and glassware, these are items that come into direct contact with food or beverages, so they need special care. When wiping these items, always ensure you're using a clean, soft cotton dry duster. Using a fresh duster for each category not only maintains cleanliness, but also extends the life of your cleaning tools. Remember, proper wiping ensures that these items are not only visually clean, but also hygienic and safe for use. This practice ties back to our overall theme of maintaining high standards of cleanliness and hygiene in the workplace. It's a simple step, but it makes a big difference in ensuring customer safety and satisfaction. Now, let's talk about holding a room service tray properly. First, it's crucial that all trays are clean and tidy, free from chips or any damage, to ensure a professional appearance. When picking up the tray, always use your left hand, making sure your palm is centered underneath to keep the tray balanced. Your left arm should be at a 90-degree angle to your body, with your elbow kept close to your side to maintain stability. As you walk, do so confidently and carefully, paying attention to your surroundings. Keep your eyes looking forward to stay aware and to project confidence. Demonstrating good posture is essential. Stand tall and straight. Remember, never overload or stack equipment too high, as this can compromise safety and the tray's stability. These points all tie back to the overall theme of professionalism and safety in our service. When it comes to scooping food like curries or rice, it's best to use a spoon to gently scoop while holding the food steady with a fork. The fork helps to keep the food in place or guides it onto the spoon, making the process smoother and neater. For holding items such as dry vegetables or a steak, you want to grip firmly to prevent slipping. The fork then acts as a stabilizer or spear, helping you hold or serve the item securely. When dealing with rounded items like potatoes, turn the fork upside down. This way, you can mold and lift the round shape more easily, giving you better control and precision. And for tossing salads or similar dishes, hold the fork flat against your hand with the tines down. This position helps to keep ingredients in place while you toss, ensuring an even mix without losing any pieces. Overall, mastering how to hold and use your service gear effectively is key. It not only improves your efficiency, but also ensures a professional presentation and service. Let's talk about American service. All the pre-plated items should be served from the right-hand side, which helps ensure a smooth and efficient flow. This method is actually designed for speed and ease of operation, making it ideal for busy settings. The food is prepared and plated in the kitchen before being brought out to the guest, so it's all ready to go, saving time and maintaining presentation quality. Also, any condiments or accompaniments should be placed before serving, so guests have everything they need at their fingertips. This approach streamlines the service process, allowing servers to focus on delivering a quick, seamless experience for the diners. In the context of our overall theme, providing efficient, guest-focused service, American service really exemplifies how we can combine speed with professionalism. It's all about making sure the guest's experience is smooth, enjoyable, and hassle-free. Now let's talk about the French service style. In this approach, all the food is brought out to the table in front of the guest. The server then serves from the guest's left-hand side, offering small portions at a time. This allows the guest to enjoy a more elegant and personalized service experience. Over time, the guest will serve themselves, which adds a touch of sophistication and interaction to the meal. Throughout the service, it's important to maintain eye contact, especially when clearing plates or offering the next course. This helps build a connection and ensures smooth communication. Overall, French service combines grace, attentiveness, and a touch of formality, making it ideal for special occasions or fine dining settings. Now, let's talk about how guests typically serve themselves from the food on the platters. In many settings, guests help themselves by taking the portion they want directly from the platters. This method encourages a more casual and interactive dining experience. It's important to remember that in some service styles, servers might assist with this process, but generally, guests are expected to serve themselves. Moving on to Russian service, which is a more formal approach. In this style, each course is brought out separately and presented to the guests. The servers use specific serving utensils to carefully place the food onto each guest's plate. This method adds a level of elegance and professionalism to the meal, ensuring that each dish is served in a refined and controlled manner. Both styles highlight the importance of presentation and service etiquette. Whether guests serve themselves or the server presents each course, the goal is to create a smooth and enjoyable dining experience that aligns with the overall theme of professionalism and hospitality. When using the 2 or 3 plate technique for clearance, it's important to wait until the head waiter gives the signal to clear. This ensures a smooth and coordinated service. Once you have the go-ahead, start clearing from the correct customer so you can move forward continuously without unnecessary backtracking. Always clear from the right-hand side of each customer, maintaining a respectful distance and keeping the plate well clear of their body. Remember to step back after each clearance to avoid crowding the table or disturbing other guests. The basic position you should adopt is similar to the second method of the 2-plate technique. When picking up the first plate, touch the handle of the fork first. This helps prevent the cutlery from slipping around. Then, carefully place the knife at a 90-degree angle underneath the fork. Repeat this process for the second plate, following the same procedure. Continue this pattern for any additional plates, always maintaining a neat and efficient approach. This method emphasizes precision and timing, which are key to delivering excellent service. By following these steps, you ensure a seamless clearance process that complements the overall presentation theme of professionalism and attentiveness. Now let's talk about silver service. When serving food in this elegant style, it's always done from the left side of the guest. We start with the guest to the host's right and then move around the table in a clockwise direction. This method ensures a smooth and organized flow of service. Next, I want to highlight the use of the fork and spoon. These utensils are used together, held much like pincers, to transfer food from the platter to the guest's plate. This technique helps maintain the presentation and keeps the service refined and professional. Understanding these key points is essential because they reflect the level of professionalism and attention to detail that silver service demands. It's all about making the guest feel comfortable and well cared for, which ties back to the overall theme of providing exceptional hospitality. Let's talk about crumbing. First, it's important to remove all plates, cutlery, and any other items from the table to keep things tidy. Then, place a side plate beneath the lip of the table, which will be used to collect the crumbs as you go. When you're ready to start, begin from one side of the table and use a crumber brush or a folded napkin to sweep the crumbs towards the side plate. Remember, never cross over a guest while you're crumbing down the table. It's all about maintaining a professional and unobtrusive presence. These small details help create a polished and comfortable dining experience, which ties into the overall theme of attentive service. When holding the salver, it's best to use 4 fingers to grip the edge. This gives you more flexibility in wrist movements, making it easier to handle. The palm acts as the main support, helping to keep the salver stable while you're working. When you need to move the salver, try twisting your body instead of just moving your arm. This technique helps maintain control and reduces strain. It's also important to keep the salver close to your body to improve your balance. Always aim to keep the salver level and avoid overloading it, as that can make it harder to manage and compromise stability. Remember, good handling techniques are key to maintaining professionalism and safety in your work. Now, let's talk about the proper way to serve beer. According to our SOP, all beverages should be served from the right-hand side of the customer. This ensures efficiency and professionalism. First, always check that the glass is clean and free of any soap residue, because that can really impact the beer's flavor. Rinsing the glass with cold water before pouring can help maintain its clarity and cleanliness. When pouring beer with froth, hold the glass at a 45-degree angle and pour along the side. This technique helps control the amount of foam and creates a nice head. If you're serving beer without froth, pour slowly at first. This prevents excessive head. Then, as the glass fills, gradually increase the pour to fill it smoothly. Once poured, place the glass on a coaster and present it to the guest with the label facing them. This adds a touch of professionalism and makes it easier for the guest to see the brand. Finally, take a moment to briefly explain the beer style, its name, and any special features if relevant. This enhances the guest's experience and shows your expertise. Remember, proper service not only preserves the quality of the beer, but also elevates the overall guest experience. Now let's talk about the the rock service. As per the customer's preference, we usually select the appropriate spirit and the concerned glass, which is often a rocks glass. The idea is to serve the drink in a way that enhances its flavor and presentation. Next, we add ice to the glass, making sure it's well chilled. This not only keeps the drink cold, but also helps in mellowing the alcohol over time. Then, we pour the desired alcoholic beverage directly over the ice, allowing it to mix naturally. Finally, we present the drink to the customer, often with a coaster underneath to protect the surface and add a touch of elegance. Remember, paying attention to these details ensures a professional and enjoyable experience for the guest. All right, let's talk about the neat service approach. First, always remember to serve the guest only. That means focusing entirely on their needs and making sure they feel attended to. When it comes to the drink itself, serve it with a spirit only, no extra garnishes or anything else added at this stage. Keep it simple and clean. Don't forget to include a top of a swizzle stick for stirring. It's a small detail, but it shows professionalism and readiness for the guest to enjoy their drink exactly how they like it. When presenting the drink, do so with care and confidence, often accompanied by a coaster. The coaster not only protects the surface, but also adds a touch of elegance to the presentation. Remember, the key here is to emphasize cleanliness, simplicity, and attentiveness, which are all vital parts of delivering an excellent service experience. This approach aligns perfectly with our overall goal of providing guest-focused, professional service every time. Now, let's talk about collecting the required ingredients. This includes spirits, mixers, garnishes, and ice. It's important to gather everything you need before you start making the drink to ensure a smooth process. Next, always be attentive to the customer's preferences. Listening carefully and providing a positive experience is key to making them feel valued and satisfied with their drink. When presenting the drink to the customer, do so confidently, often with a coaster for a polished look. This small detail adds to the overall presentation and shows attention to detail. Be sure to confirm the customer's order accurately, including the ingredients, instructions, quantities, and specific drink preferences. This ensures you're delivering exactly what they want, which is crucial for their enjoyment and your professionalism. Remember, the mixer service is a vital part of this process. Properly handling and serving the mixers helps in maintaining the quality and taste of the drink, reinforcing the overall positive experience. Let's now go over the key points for proper wine service. First, it's important to handle the bottle carefully to avoid touching the glass with the bottle itself. When placing bottles on the table, place the red wines in front of the host, and the white wines should be kept in a ceramic or metal chiller to keep them cold. When pouring, do so clockwise around the table, starting with the women, then the men, and finally the host. Always pour about 2/3 full to allow for swirling and tasting. Present the bottle to the person who ordered it, the host, label out, and clearly say the wine's name to confirm it's the correct one. When opening the bottle, use the corkscrew's knife to cut just below the lip of the bottle, removing the foil carefully. Wipe the top of the bottle with a clean cloth napkin, then insert the corkscrew and slowly pull it out. Remove the cork and place it in front of the host. Wipe the bottle again and pour a small sample into the host's glass. Once the host approves the wine, you can proceed to pour for the rest of the table. This process ensures the wine is served properly, maintaining elegance and professionalism throughout the service. Let's talk about inventory management. One key aspect is categorized storage. By organizing inventory into categories like housekeeping supplies or food and beverage, we can streamline operations and make everything more efficient. It helps staff find what they need quickly and reduces confusion. Next, space optimization is crucial. We want to use our storage areas effectively, minimizing waste and ensuring items are easily accessible. This way, we make the most of the space we have and keep things running smoothly. Finally, the first in, first out, or FIFO method is essential. This approach ensures that older inventory gets used first, which helps prevent spoilage and maximizes the shelf life of products. It's all about maintaining freshness and reducing waste, which ties back to overall operational efficiency. By implementing these strategies, we create a more organized, efficient, and cost-effective inventory system that supports the overall success of our operations. Now let's talk about the tea and coffee service. It's essential to be fully prepared with all the mise en place ready beforehand. That means making sure everything is in place and accessible. When serving tea or coffee, always ensure the cups or glasses are spotless. No marks, chips, or lipstick marks. That's key to maintaining a professional appearance. Remember, always serve hot tea. It's just better and more inviting. The cup handle should face towards the right-hand side for consistency and ease of use. When placing the teaspoon, position it neatly in the right side corner of the saucer or cup. Sugar substitutes should also be available for guests who prefer them, so keep those handy. When serving, finish with a friendly smile and say, "Please enjoy your coffee or tea." If you're serving in a cabin, don't forget to ask for the clearance of the tray once the guest has finished. A couple of important etiquette points. Serve female guests first, then work your way around the table anti-clockwise, and always serve the host last. When serving, approach from the right side to maintain smoothness and professionalism. Keeping these points in mind helps create a warm, welcoming, and polished service experience. A fond farewell in a restaurant is a standard operating procedure, or SOP, that we follow when saying goodbye to our guests. It's a crucial part of creating a positive and memorable experience. When we bid guests farewell, our goal is to do so in a warm and genuine manner, leaving them with a good feeling about their visit. Thanking the guest for choosing our restaurant and dining with us shows appreciation and makes them feel valued. Acknowledging their visit and expressing genuine gratitude helps build a connection and encourages them to return. The key point here is that a fond farewell isn't just about ending the service. It's about reinforcing the positive experience they've had. It's the final impression they take with them, so it's important to do it thoughtfully. Remember, a sincere, friendly goodbye can turn a one-time guest into a loyal customer. This practice ties into our overall goal of delivering excellent service and creating a welcoming environment from start to finish. Let's talk about bed making, which is a fundamental part of maintaining a clean and comfortable environment. When making a bed, you have two main techniques to consider: the miter fold and the hospitality corner. The miter fold involves folding the top sheet and blanket diagonally to create a neat, crisp corner, giving the bed a polished look. It's often used in more formal or upscale settings. On the other hand, the hospitality corner, also known as hospital corners, is a method where you tuck the sides of the sheet tightly under the mattress and fold the excess fabric at the corners to create a smooth, secure finish. This technique is especially practical in healthcare environments because it keeps the bedding secure and safe. Both methods are important skills to master because they contribute to the overall presentation and cleanliness of the bed, which directly impacts guest comfort and satisfaction. Remember, the key is to ensure the bed looks tidy and inviting, reflecting the high standards of the hospitality or healthcare setting. Now, let's focus on individual bed making practice. This is a fundamental skill in providing quality care, and it's important to approach it with attention to detail and safety. When making a bed, always start with proper infection control measures, like hand hygiene and using gloves if needed. Remember to handle linens carefully to avoid contamination and to prevent the spread of germs. It's also crucial to follow a systematic process, beginning with removing soiled linens, then placing clean linens smoothly to prevent wrinkles or discomfort for the patient. Proper positioning of the patient is key, ensuring they are comfortable and properly aligned. This practice not only promotes hygiene, but also enhances the patient's comfort and dignity. Mastering individual bed making is a small but vital part of overall patient care, supporting their recovery and well-being. It's a skill that reflects professionalism and compassion, aligning with our overall goal of providing safe, respectful, and effective care. Let's take a closer look at individual bed making practice. This is a fundamental skill, and it's essential for maintaining hygiene and comfort for each person. When practicing bed making individually, I emphasize the importance of attention to detail, making sure the sheets are smooth and the bed is properly made. It's not just about aesthetics, it's about creating a clean and safe environment. I also focus on efficiency. Knowing the correct steps and sequence helps speed up the process without compromising quality. Remember, consistent practice helps you develop good habits and confidence. Connecting this to the overall theme, individual bed making is a core part of personal care and sanitation. It also reflects professionalism and respect for the comfort of those you're caring for. So, mastering this skill is crucial for delivering quality care in any setting. Let's take a closer look at individual bed making practice. This is a fundamental skill in providing quality patient care. When making a bed for an individual patient, it's important to follow specific steps to ensure comfort, safety, and hygiene. First, always prioritize safety by folding back the top linens and checking the bed for any hazards. Then, carefully remove soiled linens without disturbing the patient too much, maintaining dignity and comfort. When applying fresh linens, ensure they are smooth and free of wrinkles to prevent skin irritation or pressure sores. Remember, proper bed making not only contributes to infection control, but also promotes a healing environment. Connecting this to our overall theme, mastering individual bed making is essential for delivering respectful, professional, and patient-centered care. All right, let's take a look at the open decks. These are the areas that are accessible and often used for various purposes, from leisure to work. Moving on, the galley is an essential part of the ship. It's basically the kitchen where meals are prepared and cooked, and it's designed to be efficient and functional even in a moving environment. Next, we have the entrance, which is a critical point for safety and security, ensuring that only authorized personnel can access certain parts of the ship. Finally, the mess room is where crew members gather to eat, relax, and socialize. It's a vital space for maintaining morale and camaraderie on board. Each of these areas plays a key role in the daily operations and overall safety of the vessel, connecting back to our broader discussion on ship management and crew well-being. Now let's take a look at some of the diverse dishes that showcase a variety of flavors and cuisines. We have stew, which is a hearty, slow-cooked dish full of rich flavors. Uttapam, a popular South Indian breakfast item, is a savory pancake made from fermented rice and lentils, known for its delicious toppings. Then there's tomato pulo, a fragrant rice dish cooked with fresh tomatoes and spices, offering a comforting and flavorful experience. Moving on, sunny side-up eggs are a simple yet classic breakfast choice, with the yolk beautifully runny and perfect for dipping. Lime rice adds a tangy twist to plain rice, combining citrus and spices for a refreshing taste. Gulab jamuns are sweet, deep-fried balls soaked in rose-scented syrup, a favorite dessert in Indian cuisine. Manufa, another sweet treat, features a layered, flaky texture that's both crispy and indulgent. We also have spaghetti bolognese, a beloved Italian pasta dish with a rich meat sauce that's savory and satisfying. Lastly, slice milk bread is a soft, fluffy bread slice that pairs well with many dishes or can be enjoyed on its own. Overall, these dishes highlight how diverse ingredients and cooking styles come together to create a balanced and appealing menu, emphasizing the importance of variety and flavor in our culinary experiences. All right, now let's take a look at some practical pictures that illustrate these concepts in action. These images help us see how the ideas we've discussed actually play out in real-world scenarios. They bring the theory to life and give us a clearer understanding of how to implement these strategies effectively. As we go through these visuals, think about how they connect to our overall goal of improving our processes and achieving better results. These practical examples are key to translating our knowledge into real, tangible steps forward. Let's take a closer look at this concept. Here, we're emphasizing the importance of understanding the core elements involved. As you can see, the key points revolve around grasping the fundamental ideas and how they interconnect. This helps us build a solid foundation for the overall strategy. Remember, connecting these points to the bigger picture is crucial because it ensures we're aligned with our goals and can adapt effectively. So, in essence, focusing on these core aspects allows us to make more informed decisions and drive success throughout the project. Now, let's take a look at some of the practical images we've gathered along the way. First up, we have the FPFF practical pictures. These images highlight the hands-on work and real-world applications we've been discussing throughout the presentation. They give us a clear view of how these concepts come to life in actual scenarios. Next, we have the PSD practical pictures, which showcase the practical side of our processes and the efforts involved in implementing these strategies effectively. Lastly, we have the ship visit pictures, capturing some of the key moments and observations from our on-site visits. These visuals really help to connect the theoretical with the practical, emphasizing the importance of on-the-ground insights in achieving our overall goals. Together, these images serve as a visual summary of the work we've been doing and reinforced the importance of practical application in our success. Today, I am pleased to share a wonderful milestone where our students actively participated in the inauguration ceremony of the new MMD office at Vishakhapatnam. This event took place on the 14th of July, 2025, and was a significant moment for our organization. It highlights the dedication of our students and their involvement in key developmental activities. Such participation not only fosters a sense of ownership and pride, but also aligns perfectly with our overarching theme of growth and community engagement. This occasion truly exemplifies how we are building a future together, with active student involvement at every step. Now, here we have the list of all GP rating and Ccmc students from the July to December 2025 batch, along with their respective director and faculty members. This slide highlights the collective effort and dedication of both the students and the faculty throughout this period. It's important to recognize that their hard work and guidance are key to the success of our program. When we look at this group, we see a diverse and talented cohort, all committed to achieving excellence. The presence of the director and faculty members underscores the strong leadership and mentorship supporting these students. Ultimately, this slide reminds us that our achievements are a collaborative effort, driven by the passion and dedication of everyone involved. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide.